Is that good? Yeah, this is good. All right, hello everyone. Let me just get this set up. Look at this. Ooh, shiny. All right, how's everyone doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to everyone. I just wanted to do a quick video. Let me just set this up right here. Hold on, that's the best way to do it right there, maybe. Don't slide. Stay intact. Hold on. Okay, I think that's good. That is good. Okay, so real quick, I wanted to talk to everyone about this. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's going to be good enough. So, I hear so many people talking about Mercury retrograde. Let me take these off. And, you know, a lot of astrologers, and let me just do this. A lot of astrologers and a lot of tarot / intuitive readers have been talking about Mercury retrograde for the past pretty much month, and they've completely ignored, it's not a bad thing to talk about Mercury retrograde, but it's kind of odd that so many of them, all of them, have ignored Pluto coming out of retrograde. Saturn just came out of retrograde. Jupiter is, I think, a day or two from coming out of retrograde. No, actually a few days, and then Mercury comes out of retrograde after those planets. So Mercury goes through 3 retrogrades every year. They're usually about 3 weeks. But you know, the three planets that everyone was excited about last year being in Aquarius and being in conjunction was Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. And those planets have been in retrograde pretty much since April, pretty much since May, April. It was a long retrograde. It was a long summer, and a lot of things that were supposed to be moving forward with, you know, stuff here on Earth, they kind of been on pause because of retrograde. But the great news is that, like I said, Pluto's already out of retrograde, Jupiter is about to be out of retrograde, and so Saturn is actually out of retrograde as well. So what people need to understand is Jupiter expands hopefully and over optimistically. When Jupiter is in Aquarius, new idealistic systems offer great hope for change. We envision and start to work for a better world. Such periods include 1961 and 1962. Jupiter was in Aquarius, Jupiter was in Aquarius. Those 61, 62, those were the first 2 years of JFK as president. And then, I don't want to get into politics, but also it usually marks a big change that's coming. And then after that, we have Saturn in Aquarius as well. Saturn controls responsibly and negatively. In the years that Saturn passes through Aquarius, realism tempers what can be done. Seen positively, the difficulties of such times provide valuable knowledge to ground more sustainable futures. Sorry, just a guy in the background. I'm here at the gym. He's trying to clean. My bad. I probably shouldn't be doing that in his work spot. But valuable knowledge to ground. Let me go back. Seen positively, the difficulties of such times provide valuable knowledge to ground more sustainable futures. So this also, Saturn was in Aquarius in the years 1932 through 1935, and it saw fascism and economic depression, while 1962 through 1964 saw the assassination of President Kennedy. So weird that both these planets in Aquarius, the last time they were there was some association with JFK. Again, don't want to get into politics, but that's just super interesting. And right now, Pluto is in Capricorn. It just came out of retrograde, but it is in Capricorn. So I'll tell you what that means real quick. Pluto in Capricorn, this is important. Listen to this. Pluto transforms uncompromisingly and fundamentally. Pluto's cycle reveals the changes we are ready to die for. Holler. This is especially traumatic when the planet passes through Capricorn, as we face the need to transform society's structures. Need I say anything more? The last time Pluto was in Aquarius was during the American Revolution. America was born the last time Pluto was in Aquarius. It's about to be there for the first time since 1770, 1776, 75, whatever the hell it was. Don't really care about, that too much, to be honest, because it's the past, not moving backwards, moving forward. And moving forward, what that means is we are birthing. Right now, Pluto and Capricorn entering Aquarius, we are birthing the golden age. We are birthing a new world. That's why everything's falling down. They want everyone, all the people that are normal, that aren't famous, that aren't powerful, that don't have control of the system, or that didn't sell their soul, they want them to be freaking out thinking that it's an apocalypse. It seems like that, but in reality, the news and the happenings that are going on are to distract everyone from the energies that we're getting from the cosmos, which are actually evolving humans. Humans are going to evolve. It's already happening. Most people just don't know it. But you're going to see it. And this is what I've been talking. This is the whole reason why I started podcasting. Pretty much when I started doing like the Mile High podcast was because I knew there was a golden age coming. I knew there was a reason why I was here during this time. And it's to usher in a golden age, to help others usher in the golden age as well. So Pluto in Aquarius now, I just told you what Pluto was in a Capricorn. What Pluto and Capricorn means. So Pluto's going to enter Aquarius here in a few months, and it is out of retrograde, but it was in Aquarius earlier this year, but then it went retrograde into Capricorn because it starts going backwards. Pluto transforms radically and violently. Pluto in Aquarius, a Saturn-Uranus ruled sign, seeks to eradicate profound errors of understanding, if necessary, through violent upheaval. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Let me read this. During the 1952-1953 English Reformation destroyed the traditional religious structures. In 1778, through 1798, American colonists fought to sever ties with the old country and bring the United States into being. So this is world changing. We are going through another big transformation, and as these planets move in our favor, they already are in our favor, but as they continue to move through our favor, the news is going to hit us with the bad news. Oh, this happened, this person died, these people died, we're out of this is happening, the economy's falling. It's gonna fall down. You know why? Because it was all a false structure. It has to die. So they're gonna make it seem like your world is ending, and unless you're a part of their system, it's not ending. Yours is just growing. You just have to fucking turn off the mainstream, turn off these morons. And literally, I wouldn't trust anyone with a big following at this point, because if someone has a big following, that usually means that they're allowed to have a big following because they're bringing out these points that are gonna get their narrative out. And trust me, they got all covered, from intuitive tarot readers to people on ESPN to people on Twitter to people on TikTok. Everywhere. You may think someone is not a somebody, but they usually are, especially if they got a big following. The people that they're afraid of are not allowed to have a big following, because these guys don't know how to allow things that just happen. They have to cheat their way through everything, so they're not going to allow the real people to speak the real truth because they're afraid of it. They're punk ass bitches, pretty much. Hate to be that way, but it is Friday, and I'm not live, but I'm recording this, so I don't really care. But they're punk ass bitches. They're PABs, PABs, punk ass bitches, biggest cowards in universal history. Don't know how to lose, have to cheat and lie through everything. But that's not the point. The point is this: as we go, the further we go, the more unrealistic everything is going to become, and the more we are going to advance as a people on the inside. You have to go within during these next few months and realize that the world is changing. It's all falling down. The money system's falling down. Bitcoin, crypto, straight to not the moon, straight to frickin' Sirius. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is. Pluto out of retrograde, Saturn out of retrograde, Jupiter about to be out of retrograde, and then Mercury will join. Mercury retrograde is important, but Mercury retrograde is more so for you to take those 3 weeks and learn what you can work on what you can be working better on communication wise. That's what it is. It's not, oh, things are going to get bad. Oh, your ex is going to holler at you. That is the stupidest shit. And it's so disappointing to see all these astrologers and tarot intuitive readers. They're all marching to the same beat. They're all saying the same shit. Why? Because they're given a fucking paper. This is what you're going to say. Or they're given a program put into their fucking matrix because they're fucking robots. And they're being told what to say. So I'm telling you the truth. Pluto out of retrograde, boom. Saturn out of retrograde, boom. Jupiter out of retrograde, boom. And then Mercury out of retrograde, it'll be the fourth boom right there. So that's all happening. It's all within the week. Everything's about to get better for everyone, but they're going to try to make it seem like it's getting worse. So don't fall for it. Enjoy this time. Go within. If you haven't started going within and tapping into your spiritual side, start doing it now, because you're going to need it. Plus, it feels good. Work out, sweat it out, do some breath hold that shit in. Do some breath work. Read. Find something that interests you, whatever it is. Just think about it this way. YouTube's eventually going to crash. Facebook's eventually going to crash for good. All these things in the mainstream, all these platforms, they're all going to crash. So in the future, there are probably going to be some new platforms that are going to need people that can talk about things realistically and truthfully. So now is the time to pick up a good habit, or not a good habit. Well, that's always a good time to pick up a good habit, but now is the time to pick up that thing that you've been holding off, that you've wanted to do, you just haven't had the courage to do because you feel like maybe there's too many people doing it, you're not good enough for it. Now is the time to do it, because by this time next year, there's gonna be so many openings in this media world, and the world's gonna be so different, you're not even gonna realize it. So start learning these things now. Don't let no one tell you that you can't do it. You can. By the end of next year, you will be fucking kicking ass at what you're practicing right now. Put in the work right now, go within, get some energy from the sun. Get some energy from the sun, we're getting, when the planets are working in our favors as they are right now, look at it like positive energy is just hitting Earth, like new energy, new life, new vitality, new everything. So I don't care where you are in life, how old you are, how much you weigh, how tall you are, how short you are, what you look like, what you smell like. Now is the time to better yourself, and you can only do better. Do it. So that's all I have. So again, Pluto out of retrograde, huge astrologically. Saturn out of retrograde, massive, because Saturn has everything to do with the government systems and the old rules. So that shit out of retrograde means we can move forward into this new golden age, this new world. And Jupiter coming out of retrograde, massive. And then Mercury coming out of retrograde, that'll just be like the fucking exclamation point on this new world. So look for big happenings. I don't know what. I tend to try not to predict anything, but probably big happenings real soon. Everyone have a good weekend. May your sun be brilliant.